Everybody, hope you're feeling. Hope you're feeling fine. Hope you're feeling fine. Hello. Okay, I'm live. Hi. Good morning, Aretha here. Today, what has been on my mind since waking up is failure. On the importance of failure. You know, we realize that for everyone who has been successful, for every person we know out there who's successful, failure has been part of the journey. So failure is never fatal and success is never final, right? Because you see that for every time you succeed, there's actually a you're actually challenged. With every success, they're waiting for more. What next? We do hear of one hit wonders, and those are people who come up with very fantastic music or movies, and we don't hear about them anymore. That's it. They seem to have maxed out at the very first point. So success can be very dangerous because if you cannot step it up from that level, then but with failure, you get the opportunity to do again and try again and try again. And I'm not saying look forward to failing, like failure is a good place to stay in, but failure is not something to dread. We find out that a lot of people are too afraid of trying because of the fear of failure. Oh gosh, it makes me so sad. I've met people whom, in introducing them to this amazing business opportunity, they tell me, oh no, I hate to fail. Duh. Then you just die. Just better close your eyes and die, because as long as you're human, failure is part of it all. I mean, go find out from anyone who makes clothes, like my amazing friend Kathy. She'll tell you how many times she's had to sew and then loosen and try again. Sometimes she's actually made clothes and it's been people's fabrics and she's had to go out and buy another one. But what happens? You've learned one way of not doing it. And so I shared in a live this morning on Facebook, just now, not too long ago, my experience with getting my driver's license here in South Africa. My very, very first attempt was 2 days before my learner's license expired. Terrible, right? Yeah, that's what happened. So, very first attempt, 2 days before my learner's license expired, and I got there really scared. I as I was told, given the instructions and all, and the driving the evaluator told me to get into the car. I held the steering and I started shaking. I was shaking. And he said, start the car, and I'm like, I can't. I'm scared. I'm scared. And he said, no, but you've not even started. And I'm like, I can't. I'm so scared. He says, look, Aretha, calm down. We went back into his office. He gave me some water to drink and says, calm down. I got back into the car and I started. And there's so many people who are like that, right? Before they even give themselves a chance to try, they already declare themselves done. I can't. And not allowing yourself to see that the situation is never as bad as you imagine it to be. And so that was how I felt, because I refused to even try. But I knew that I had to drive. I knew that I needed to learn to drive because somebody had to take the kids to school, and things were changing. Hubby wasn't going to be there to do pick and drops anymore. I needed to be able to drive. And so oh gosh, this driving story, if I actually started back from Nigeria, my brother will have a lot to say. But I'm skipping that part to talking about this particular round of failure. So what happens next is, so then I booked myself in for the next one, and psyched myself. I had to do this. Unfortunately for me, I had met a woman there who was very at the traffic office, who was anything but polite. And then I had already started thinking, oh my gosh, let me see if I can pause this. I had already started thinking, I don't want to meet that woman ever. She was so not nice. And behold, I met her. She was she was the person who evaluated me. And I was also scared again. Made a mistake while driving at a stop sign. And we got back and she You failed. And not just did she tell me you failed, I was surprised because I thought I had driven well, and she just told me, get out of my office. I was like, what? Get out. And then you know what? She actually made me decide, okay, you know what? You're going to see my face again. So I went and immediately booked myself in to write it again. She walked past me there, and I smiled at her. I smiled because she had just given me reason to prove to her that I could do this. Her rudeness, her attitude, her everything. I guess she probably needed to be stern, to be respected, or to be treated with respect, because she was the only woman in a man's world, more or less. So probably she needed that energy or that air. But I was having none of that. So I went and booked myself in again. And she saw me. And one more time, she was my evaluator. I got this smiling, reminding myself that she was nothing but human like me, and that her blood is red like mine. And so I could do this. She was just there as an instructor and not God, not telling me my life story. So I went behind the wheels, I drove, we came back, and then she wrote. I was waiting because I didn't know I had failed the other time until she told me. So I was waiting to be told. In fact, in my mind, I was getting ready to book the next one. Quite frankly, I was getting ready. And then she says to me, thank goodness I don't have to see Etta. Thank goodness I don't have to see you again. I was like, what? She said, yeah, take you passed. I was like, yay! Well, thank goodness I'm going to see you again. And she says, why? Because I said, because I want to sort your face out. She had such bad acne. And I was looking at it and I said, no, because I would love to sort out your skin. And that was it. We became friends from that time on. And I mean, it's a good couple of years and now we're friends. But I'm saying, hadn't I failed those number of times, I wouldn't have known the importance of, I wouldn't have really understood what it means to drive and drive well. It was so important that I got to know and understand the value of driving properly, as well as, saving my life and saving other people's lives. In summary, I'm just trying to say that a failure is not the end of the road. If you fail, like in my house, we always say, I never lose. I either win or learn. And my kids know that we have no failures in my house. We're either learning or you're learning. And that's the way to look at life. If someone gives you an opportunity, you do not know how to handle it, say yes and figure it out. But to shoot yourself in the foot is to drop everything and not pick up again. And no failure ever really, I mean, there's no grave that says, wow, here, congratulations to this king of failures. No, you know, and remember, no success can be told without failures. Failure is part of the success journey. Believe in your dreams. Believe in your dreams, because they were given to you for a reason. They're not anybody's but yours. Believe in them and embrace them and take action. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Oh.